Yo guys, so welcome back to another video, and yes, I'm in my car, and yes, I'm in like a semi-suit. It's just a shirt and jumper because I'm on the way to the office, because a lot of you probably don't know that I actually work a full-time job as well as doing my Vinted reselling on the side. So this video is basically going to be showing you how you can still have a full-time job. Bear in mind, I work in the city, I work in London, so I have to have about a 45-minute to an hour train journey there and then the same back. Because I had a lot of questions on a few videos and a few comments now on my Instagram. A lot of people have been saying like, oh, how are you doing this, like working a full-time job, blah blah blah. Like, obviously I'm quite lucky that I work from home most of the time, so I go to the office once a week and occasionally twice a week. So most of the time I am at home, so I am able to go on my lunch break, and obviously I haven't got the commute in the morning and the afternoon, so I've got time to take photos and do all that. But today's basically going to be a video proving to you guys that I can still do this job when I'm in the office. So it's currently 6:45 in the morning right now. I'm barely awake. As you can see, the sun's like pretty much rising, so I've got to get a train to catch. I get this 7 o'clock train, gets me into London about 8 o'clock, well, just before 8. Then I start work at 8, and then I leave the office at 3:30 to get the 4 o'clock train. So yeah, I kind of work pretty much a full day. Like, I know it's like half an hour short, but I have to get the train back. I have to get a certain train, otherwise it's well expensive and it's really faffy. My hair's an absolute mess as well because, well, it's the morning. But yeah, so I head into London and do a day's full work. So I'm going to show you a few clips, probably not a lot. What I would do typically on a office day is, obviously I can't take anything to the post office. I can't take photos or anything. I can't clean anything. But what I can do is monitor my Vinted in terms of sales or sending out offers or messaging people on there. Browsing, obviously, the Vinted bot and buying stuff. So I'm going to show you a clip of like just in the office. Whilst I'll be buying stuff, and I'll also show you what I bought in probably a later clip after that. To show you exactly what I bought and how much profit I've made whilst being at my job, you know, sort of during my lunch hour. So yeah, this video is basically going to be teaching you the best side hustle to start that you can do with a full-time job. Yo guys, so I'm back now. As you can see, it's dark, it's 5 o'clock, and I'm changed. I actually get dressed in my car, pretty pover at the back in the car park, because basically I go to the gym straight after work, so I just get changed here, because my gym's like, change rooms are a bit awkward, and like to walk through the gym in like your suit, it's just a bit like, I don't know, I can't be arsed. I'd rather just get changed in the car and just get to the gym straight away. Yeah, so I'm going to show you in the next clip what I bought, but I'll show you pretty briefly. So there wasn't a lot on the market today. Obviously I was at work, so obviously I'm busy actually doing work. I actually have a job where you have to do work, you know, so I couldn't check so much stuff, but I managed to buy a couple, I think 2 or 3 Napajiri jackets, which are really good because you can make such an easy like £20 profit on each one. So let's say I got 3 of them out, 60 quid. And then I got some Pegasus 38s, I believe, for like a tenner, or maybe a little bit less. I think they were like really cheap, but they go for like 30 to 40. So, you know, we're looking at a good, what else? Oh, I got some Vapor Max as well for like £6.50. But the only thing is, once I'd bought them, it looked like there's like a small stain on one of them, so it might be a bit awkward. Obviously I'm not going to cancel the order, because sometimes if you cancel too many orders, it can mess up the bot. Basically can like what's it called, shadow ban you for a day, and I don't really want to be shadow banned for a day. So yeah, if they arrive and they're like really stained, I'll probably just get them sent back, because realistically, like, you could just say to the buyer, oh, you didn't clarify. In the bio it does say slight stain will come out with fabric softener, but obviously what you can do is just turn around and say, look, it won't come out. Anyway, so yeah, like I made like a good, if all of those things sell, obviously about £100 profit, you know, just from being in the office. So again, we have to wait for those items to arrive. Once they've arrived, obviously the photograph them and upload them, sorry. So yeah, basically what I'll do now is, like, obviously I won't go to the post office, so the stuff that I've sold throughout today, I sold a couple of things today, I will take tomorrow morning. So that is the only downfall of the office days. I don't have time to go to the post office, but anything that sells, like, as long as you're shipping it for 24 hours, like if it's sold at midday today, as long as I'm getting it shipped by midday tomorrow, which I get it shipped mainly in the mornings, like before work usually, when I'm at home, so it's always shipped the next day, within 24 hours, what I mean. So yeah, what I'd ideally do now is head to the gym, go do a workout. I've got legs today. Actually, I only got my white monster, that's my pre-workout. I've been up since 6 AM, like, that's the thing, when I work from home, I'm usually up at 8:30, and then we've got the white monsters. On the days that I go to the office, I'm up at 6, so it's a huge difference. So usually I don't get as much sleep, so I'm quite tired, so I do need this monster. But, you know, you still got to get the gym in, because if I didn't go to the gym I've got like a set gym routine. If I don't go on the days, a bit like OCD, like if I don't go on the days and I miss a day, it messes up my whole like routine and rest days and all that. So I'm kind of like strict with it. So whether I'm in the office or not, I just have to go and get rid of it. I'd rather just go home right now and pretty much like bounce onto the sofa. Like, it's a Friday, by the way, if you didn't know. So right now, so I'd rather go home and just order like a takeaway or something and sit on the sofa and watch some TV. But, you know, it is what it is. You got to hustle, got to grind. So yeah, go gym. And then usually what I'll do is I'll get back and then I'll take some photos or 5 pairs of shoes that I haven't uploaded from like a previous day. So what I like to do is have like a set cleaning day. So at the minute, at this moment in time, I've said before previously I do about 10 a day. At the moment, I've dropped down to 5 pairs a day, chilling it a little bit, because sometimes it's getting a little bit overwhelmed with 10. Like, it all depends on how much you want to earn. Like, if I upload 5 a day and they all sell, I'm making a good £1,000 to £2,000 a month. If you do 10 a day or 15 a day, you can earn upwards to £3,000 to £4,000 a month profit. It all depends on how many you want to do a day. But at the minute, so what I do is I get like I don't know, I'll clean trainers when I've got like 20. So I'll just get all 20 cleaned, and then I've got like 4 days worth of uploads. That makes sense, rather than trying to clean them every single day. So yeah, I'll go home, I'll pick up 5 pairs of trainers and I'll get them photographed. So I'll show you when I get home, or the next clip now, I'll show you what stuff I've bought. I'll run it through, I'll get my camera and go through it on my phone, exactly what I bought, and pop up on the screen, tell you how much profit I'm going to make. And then I will then pick the 5 shoes I'm going to take photos of and upload them tonight, and then show me uploading them. So yeah, see you off to the gym. I've done it again. I didn't hit the record button. I just recorded like a whole segment, didn't hit record. Oh, so annoying. This YouTube thing's harder than it looks. Anyway, without waffling on about everything I waffled on about that you wouldn't even know. Basically, I was saying, ignore the dancing fruits in the background because my son is watching TV. He's keeping him quiet whilst I film this segment. And I was basically just saying, like, yeah, so I come back from the office now, back from the gym, had my dinner. It's actually quite late at night right now. It's actually like 9 o'clock on a Friday night. So I actually need to get some shoes photoed and uploaded, which I haven't done yet. But the good thing about Fridays is you can upload later because a lot of people are scrolling Vinted later. And obviously it follows into the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, where it's the best time to be selling on Vinted. This weekend is like the weekend before payday, so it's still going to be a little bit quiet, but I've got a feeling next weekend is going to go off, so I'm looking forward to next weekend reselling. Obviously, I've been in the office all day, and I just wanted to make a note that, like, whilst I was in the office, I was obviously buying stuff to then resell. So if you work full-time, you can still do this as a part-time job, a side hustle, whatever. Obviously, it's going to be a little tricky if you're in the office every single day. I'm only in once a week, so I'm quite lucky I have all the other days to get to the post office and my lunch break and whatnot. But you guys, if you worked in an office or a place of work every single day, you can still do this because you could, like, for instance, collect 30 trainers throughout the week, clean them all up on a Sunday, then you've got 5 days, Monday to Friday, worth of trainers if you uploaded 5 a day or whatever, including Saturday as well. Obviously, the post office, you might not be able to get to every day, but if you could get there every other day, just quickly, like after work or before work, on your lunch break, or whenever you can fit it in, it is easily doable. Even if, I wouldn't advise this, but even if everything you sold in the week you shipped all at once on a Saturday, unless people are obviously buying on a Monday and having to wait a little while, but if people are buying on like a Wednesday and a Thursday, you could get away with shipping them on a Saturday, do you know what I mean? Whilst working a full-time job, there's no excuse, because I've done it today. Today is a full-time job day, or sorry, an office day. I've been in the office all day, I've come back home, gone straight to the gym, come back home, had my dinner, and now I'm sitting down to sort out my vintage stuff. So yeah, so first thing I bought was an Apogee jacket in this like kind of white colourway. It looks like a baby blue actually, but it was a large, which is obviously really good, and it's fleece lined. They're worth a little bit more than the mesh lined ones. But it does say satisfactory. There wasn't any pictures, but it said slight stain on the back, so we'll see how that is when it comes back. You know, sometimes on these jackets, like a slight stain doesn't really matter. You can easily get them out because they are like meant to be waterproof or whatever. But we got that for 20 quid. You're easily getting 50 quid for those. So I think all in I must have paid like £24, I think. So I'm easily making nearly a 30 quid profit on that. Next one was another large in like a navy colourway, and this one was like another fleece lined one, like off £17.50, so all in about 20 quid. Easy, again, another 50 quid, so another £30 profit, so look, we're already on 60. I then got another one in a small for £15, which is absolutely insane, by the way, because that is, again, also fleece lined. It must have been like about £17 or £18 all in, so another like 30. Well, actually, those smalls usually sell for about 45, to be fair, a little bit cheaper, but still a good 20 quid profit on there. Here, I'm going to show you some examples of some I've sold before, so as you can see here, a mesh lined one, so not even a fleece one, I sold for 50 quid. Another one here for 45 and a small, and another one here for 50, so you can sell them. And then we've got these Vapor Maxes for £6, about £9 something all in, which again, you're selling them for about, in a size 4, probably about £22 to £25, so again, you're flipping your money on that, making a tenner. The only thing is with these ones though, is they did say they had a stain on, and it might come out with a stain remover, so not too sure on them ones. Again, if they turn up and they're really stained, I'll send them straight back, because I'm not going to have stained ones, so I don't really want to try and my hardest to get them out when I can, for like the sake of 9 quid, do you know what I mean? And then we got here like an absolute probably steal of the day, some Pegasus 38s, right, a 7.5, very good size, for 8 quid, so about £11 all in, and these sell easily for like a good 45, sometimes even 50 quid Pegasus 38s in a good colourway, so good cook on those, definitely making a good 30-ish, maybe a little bit less, that's loud, maybe they sell for about 35, and it all depends, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they sell decently, so again, you're looking at like another 25 profit there. I'm just going to double check, because I have a feeling I bought something else as well, like later on in the afternoon, not in the screenshot, the screen recording. Oh yes, here. So I also got another Napajiri jacket in like a green colourway, extra small though, so a little bit of a rough size, but it is fleece lined. Obviously, fleece line means more value because it keeps you more warm. I got that for £19, about 22 all in. Now the extra smalls you're still going to get about 40 quid for, so I'm still making just under 20 quid. So if you total all of that up, you're looking at 25 to 30 on the free Napajiri jackets at the start, so like a good 60 to 90 pounds, plus the 20 on the Pegasus, the 10 on the Vapor Max, plus the 20 on those. I don't know what that mass is, but you look at a good like over £100 profit I've made just sitting in my office. Obviously now I'm going to wait for those to be delivered, pick them up at some point in the week. I mean, I bought them Friday, so It depends how quickly they ship. If they ship on InPost, it's usually 2 days. So hopefully they're here Sunday. If not, it'll be like Monday, Tuesday. And then I get those photographed and sent out. And now's the perfect time to be sending things like winter jackets, because it's January, it's still freezing, it's still going to be really cold until like, what, April? And to be fair, those Napajiri jackets, the fleece line ones, you still be able to wear in the spring because they're not like overly hot for like pure winter. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, a really good cook. So obviously I've done that whilst being in the office, right? So there's no excuse, you guys. If you've got half an hour lunch break at your at your place of work, you're in the Vinted monitor, you think I need to buy some stock. I'm not at home right now, so it's a little bit harder. Load up your phone, have a little browse, bosh, go straight on there. Buy some things. If it's just a couple of items, it's all gonna, it's all gonna help. Anyway, so I don't know if I told you, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but basically Vinted knuckled down on their rules, right? When you sell brand new stuff, so like new with tags, if you have too many listed, they can track you as like a commercial seller. They try and make you go Vinted Pro, right? Now, this happened to me. I listed one too many new with tags, all the stuff I had on the shelf I showed you before I did the Whatnot stream. And I uploaded one and I bumped a couple, and then I ended up getting a 3-day ban, which is now what they're doing. They're basically saying, they basically show you the listings that you've been like thingied for, which is all the new ones, and they think you're a commercial seller. They say, look, you either go Vinted Pro or you accept the ban. So what I did, I ended up deleting all of my listings. And the reason I deleted all my listings is because I had to delete about 17 of them from this like 3-day restriction, and then it left me like 40 pairs. And ironically enough, all the good pairs that I had uploaded were the ones that got taken down. I thought, you know what, I'm going to delete them all, and I'm just going to take them fresh photos. So at the minute, I've bought some stuff today because, for the example, for this video, but I'm not actually buying a lot of stuff right now. So at the minute, I'm going down a little bit of a Napajiri jacket route, because just to clear out some trainers and make some room for jackets. And those Napajiri jackets I always sell in 24 hours. They're like the best sellers. They're just really hard to find. I'm lucky that I got 3 or 4 today. Usually you don't get that many. Well, I don't find that many anyway. So yeah, at the minute I am relisting all the shoes I had anyway and pretending that I get in them every day. So I must have about 100 pair of trainers in my outbuilding. Half not cleaned, half cleaned. Half have been listed before, half haven't. They're all like knocking about in bags and stuff. But yeah, so some of the shoes, like I'm going to relist shoes like these, right? This is like a really nice pair of Reacts that I've cleaned up really nicely. Like, look, you wouldn't, I think I showed these in a previous video actually when we cleaned them, but you wouldn't even know they've been worn, right? And they're a UK size, a UK 4.5, right? So a little bit of a funny size, like not many people are 4.5, because they're so clean and they're a really common, popular shoe, especially like gyms and that. They'll definitely sell. So they're going to get listed tonight. I've got these like Air Maxes, which I've shown in the video before, which are really nice. The only thing is with these, I had these listed before, and I think people got put off because, as you can see, there's like this white sort of colorway like around the sole, which looks like someone's like Tipex or scuffed, but that is genuinely the design. I'm not sure what they're called, but I'm gonna make note in the description basically saying these are the design. This isn't just white paint, because if you go on Google and search the shoe, it generally is like, it's generally what they're supposed to be. So yeah, again, hopefully they'll sell because they're quite a big size. They're a size 8.5, so they're good. Got some Air Max 95s here, which again I also struggled to sell. I don't really know why. Like Air Max 95s are like £185 retail. These are a UK size 8 in like, I get it's like a white, like a weird blue colorway. I do get that it's fairly female-ish, and it's a size 8, and I can't imagine many females are size 8, but they're still a good shoe. So I'm going to list those a little bit cheaper than what I would normally list, just to get them gone. So yeah, so it's currently 9:30, and I'm going to take some photos of these. I'm actually going to do a time-lapse, guys. I'm going to show you basically just a time-lapse of me taking the photos and uploading them to Vinted. Now, I do this in a bit of a weird order, right? So what I suggest to you guys, I do this a little bit differently. It's completely up to you whether you follow this or you don't. I personally wouldn't follow this, but I do it anyway. What I like to do now is, rather than take all photos in a row and then upload all 10 in a row, because I feel like if you upload 10 in a row, like straight away one after the other, they get clogged up, and some of them don't push out quickly. A bit like a TikTok, right? If you uploaded 10 TikToks straight away in a row, some of them aren't going to perform as well as they could have done if you split them up each hour. So now what I do is I take the photos and then I upload. So like by the time I've uploaded one and then gone to take the next photos, it's been a good 5 minutes in between, if you get me. So it takes me a good about sometimes it take me up to an hour, to be honest, to list 5. And also then what I do, so I upload one by one on Vinted, take the photos, upload. Once I've done all 5 and all 5 are on Vinted, I then spam upload them to eBay, because eBay's a bit different with algorithm. You have to like promote them, and it's not like Vinted where they go on. Vinted's a little bit like TikTok, just for like, items, if that makes sense. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get all those photographed, upload them. So that's the reason why I said this, is because I feel like in the time lapse it might show me taking photos, then sit on my phone, then take a photo, sit on my phone. Some of you might get confused, so that just clears that up. But anyway, time lapse coming in 3, 2, 1.
I can feel your body resting on my chest. I guess that my shoulder is all you get. When you moved around, yeah, that's where it all fell. Oh, to the ground, babe. And you like to move in silence, baby, so do.
So yeah guys, that is that. So that took no longer than 20 minutes. Got all 5 items up. As you can see, they're up there. I can't scroll backwards, but you can see they're on there. Yeah, some of them have got like a view each, but that's a bit. But it takes a little while sometimes. I have noticed on Vinted, like you'll upload something and then about 2 hours later it will suddenly get loads of views. So that's just how the algorithm works. You know, it depends if people are searching a specific shoe, they're searching the niche, the colorway, blah blah. The MX95s I did list for 45. Someone offered me like 28 straight away, which is a reseller by the way. If you ever uploaded something on Vinted, right, and it sells instantly, or you get like a offer or message instantly, it's a reseller in a bot like we have. Get yourself in, by the way, links down below. If you have any questions on it, let me know in the comment section. Comment resell as well if you do want to learn. I can send you a message for more details on that. I'm not going to blab about that in this video though. Some of the shoes I am lowballing a little bit. So like these Air Max 97s, I've got them for 15 quid, which is quite cheap for 97s, but they're a UK size 4, but they're not in the best condition. So the problem is the 97s similar to 95s. I don't know if this is a good example. I don't know if you can see that, but a lot of like the colourings come away at the bottom and the back. I think this one was worse. As you can see, like a lot of colouring has come off, and that isn't that attractive to someone trying to buy shoes on Vinted, because realistically the reason people are trying to buy second-hand trainers, they're trying to buy ones that are in like mint condition, like those Reacts I showed you earlier, you know, some that look like fresh out of the box, and do you know, I mean, they look like they've been worn quite a lot. I mean, to be honest, if you got these shoes, yeah, and the second you went outside in them and you got them slightly a bit muddy, they probably would look like that anyway. But yeah, I've lowballed them at 15 quid. And I'll probably offer 12 if someone favourites it, just to get them gone. Like, you got to remember, a lot of these shoes I've held on to for a while. None of these are new shoes. These have all been on my Vinted for, well, I mean, I don't know how long they've been on there for. I know them MX95s I've held on to for a while, and I'm still really confused, right? This is where I find Vinted mad, right? So these 95s here, the black, grey and the orange, right? Really nice shoe, size 8, right? Absolutely mint condition, by the way, as I clean them up. They're basically brand new. Like, you wouldn't even know they've been worn. Let me show you a picture of like the soles. They're absolutely mint condition, and at 45 quid, they've had a few favourites, and I've offered a few people 40, but they're just not selling. Like, Vinted is nuts at the minute. But to be fair, it has been a rough couple of months for us resellers, because I feel like December, a lot of people are buying Christmas presents, and a lot of people aren't going to be buying second-hand trainers for Christmas presents. Like, I don't know if any of you get offended by this, fair enough, but if my parents or grandparents brought me a pair of second-hand trainers for my main Christmas present, I'd probably be a little bit gutted. I know money's tight and all that sounds a bit snobby, but realistically, would you want a second-hand pair of trainers for your Christmas present? I understand, like, a one-off thing, or if you bought them yourself, but as a main Christmas present, I mean, I personally want them anyway. So I think that's why sales were down in December. A lot of people were buying brand new stuff for presents and whatnot. And obviously January, everyone's poor. Let's be real. We're all absolutely skint. Like, we're all itching for payday. It's payday for us next week. So I feel like Vinted for the past couple of months has been a bit rough. Like, and it makes sense, because I started half through September. October was my best month by a mile, and November was really good too. But then as soon as I hit, like, all the stuff I bought in December and January, I just haven't really been selling. But like I said in the previous video, I did in like late November and early December go for a bad patch of buying like a crap ton of such like bad shoes. Like, when I was out there earlier and where my shoes are kept, I was obviously picking up for 5 a day, and I try and pick 5 random ones up to upload again. And I was looking at a lot of them thinking, my God, what the hell are these? Like, if you stuck to like 5 different types of shoes every day, so you stuck to, I don't know, 90s, 95s, Vapor Maxes, Reacts, and Pegasus 38s, for instance, and you made sure every day you only bought those shoes in different colourways, different sizes, and because you knew they would sell. That's the way you want to do it, because you know they're going to sell every single time, no matter what, because you've sold them before. So if you sold something before for that price, that colourway, that size, and you get the same sort of thing, you know it's going to sell for that, because why wouldn't it? It's sold before. So all of these shoes that I've sold here, like 95s, 97s, Air Force Ones, Reacts, and Downshifters, are all common Nike shoes that people would wear. So realistically, all of these should eventually sell. The 97 should definitely sell, even though they're a little bit like not the best condition. They're cheap. I'll put them for 15 quid. Who's not buying a pair of shoes for 15 quid realistically? 97's like, I'm pretty sure brand new they were like 170 back in the day. But yeah, I went out there and noticed how many like random pairs that I generally don't think will sell. So the reason why I'm just lowballing them all, like I'll generally chuck most of them up for like a tenner just to get rid of them. Like, most of them I bought for a tenner or less. So I'm not going to lose money. If anything, I'm just going to break even, or maybe lose like a couple of quid here and there. But I just need to get them all gone and kind of reset my palette and start buying shoes that I know sell. And like I said, I'm going to get a little bit more into clothing this year, because I feel like clothing is, like, everyone owns a pair of trainers, but everyone also wants to own clothing. And let's be real, like, there's a lot of shops out there. Like, me personally, I would rather wear a second-hand Nike tracksuit, 30 quid, than go to Primark and buy a Primark tracksuit, which is going to cost you 30 quid, and it's Primark, you know what I mean? It's not going to last as long, it's not anywhere as good, you ain't got the street cred and all that. That's basically the goal this year, so just get rid of all this stuff and only buy and sell items that I know actually sell. Because, say for instance, I just went down Air Max 90s route. I was like, right, I'm only going to sell Air Max 90s, and I bought 5 pairs of different types of Air Max 90s every day. And they sold, like, imagine you uploaded 5 a day and all 5 sold every day. Honestly, you'd make so much money. It'd be unreal. So that is the goal, to get to that point. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video there. So yeah, it's a little bit of a day in the life. I know I didn't show too much about like general day-to-day stuff, but obviously my whole target on here is about reselling, so I'm only going to show that stuff. I'm not going to show you me training in the gym or eating food at Tortilla where I went today. Although saying that, I do actually want to kind of bring the gym into this channel because the gym is one of my big points, and I'd love to be. My dream was always to be like a gym influencer, but I don't think I have the physique for it and the time and effort. Like, I feel like to be a gym influencer, you have to have a really good physique, aka be on some sort of gear, or just be really, really good naturally. I mean, I used to be like in really good shape back in my day in like sixth form. Actually, I'll put a picture up here of what I used to look like in sixth form just for reminiscence, because I was in really good shape. I was quite like little, do you know what I mean? But back then, if I had social media and TikTok and YouTube, which I did do YouTube, but it wasn't like as big, because we're talking like 10 years ago when I went to uni. So 10 years ago, like TikTok wasn't a thing, Instagram was like still a bit rubbish, YouTube was like coming up. So I didn't really have I didn't really have the things then. And now, like, I love food too much. I'm a dad of two. Like, I'm a reseller. You know, I go to the gym. I try and train. I try and keep myself in as best shape as possible. But I love food. I don't really want. I can't keep sacrificing food to have a good shape. I think like if you're gonna be a gym influencer, you kind of need to do it in your younger days. But anyway, past the point. I'm a reseller now. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Just to note, you can do this whilst working a full-time job. You're just gonna have to spend your evenings. Like, I know a lot of people probably want to come from work and whack out their PlayStation, play a bit of FIFA or whatever, or come home and like watch TV or whatever. But be productive, man. Like, if you're not struggling and you're comfortable with your work money, like, and everything you earn from your job, and you like your job, and you've got a nice house and nice cars, and you can go on holidays with your job, then fine. But by all means, just stick to that and don't worry about reselling. But if you do feel like you're struggling, or you don't like your job, or you are quite young, if any of you are young here watching this and you're like, I don't know, 14, 15, 16, whatever, you're like a teenager and you are looking for a bit of money, your parents are badgering on about like you paying a bit of rent and trying to get a job, honestly, I'd 100% advise getting into this. You can make £100 a week doing this with like the most minimum effort ever. Like, I bought 4 Napajiri jackets today and a couple of pairs of shoes, and I made 100. I'm projected to make over £100 profit. So if I, in a week, bought 1 Napajiri jacket every day for a week, I'm going to make that over £100 in a week, you know, which is £400 a month. Like, mate, if I was £1,400 a month, I'd feel rich. I'd be mega rich because I'd be living at home and had no bills and that. So yeah, honestly, if you're young, get into it. If you're struggling, get into it. It doesn't matter whether you work full time or you don't. You can easily do it. Obviously, it's easy if you don't work full time, but you know, we all do these days. It is what it is. So I'm going to cut that video here, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Remember, comment resell and I'll send you a message. And also as well, please comment resell and let me know your Instagram handles, because you can't DM on YouTube. I don't know why. There's not like a messaging service. If there is, I don't know about it. But yeah, please comment resell and your Instagram handle, and I'll message you. Or message me on Instagram. Actually, yeah, send me a message on Instagram saying resell rather than comment, and I'll reply to that, because that'll go into my message request. So yeah, please do that if you want to know any more information about the Vinted monitor and get yourselves on your reselling journey. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Happy reselling. Peace.